Hello, class. I apologize for my late submission to the commemorative speech. I had some technical difficulties. Often referred to as the leading radical in the civil rights movement, being overshadowed by the more famous Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X. His career was a crusade for justice for all. Black, white, immigrant, it didn't matter. A true student of the Constitution and arguably one of the best leaders of his time. Born in 1908, Thurgood Marshall, later changed his name to Thurgood Marshall, will be the first African-American Associate Justice of the United States Supreme Court and 96th Justice overall. Thurgood garnered his appreciation for the United States Constitution from his father, William Marshall, who was not a college-educated man, but was infatuated with the rule of law and the Constitution itself. Thurgood Marshall referred to himself as a hellraiser when he was younger, being very argumentative, which got him in trouble a lot, but would later be one of his greatest assets. In high school, his teacher kept students after school who got in trouble and they would read paragraphs of the Constitution instead of copying things off of the blackboard. In 1925, Thurgood graduates high school and he attends the Lincoln University in Pennsylvania, where he graduates in 1930 cum laude. He applied to the University of Maryland Law, but he was denied because he was black. He applied to Howard University the same year, where he graduated in 1934 magna cum laude. He started a private practice and was hired by the NAACP in the Baltimore division. In 1935, he wins his first major case with Charles Houston, Murray v. Pearson, where he sued the University of Maryland Law on behalf of Donald Gaines Murray for the same reason why he was himself denied. H.L. McKinnon wrote that the decision of the denial by the University of Maryland Law School was brutal and absurd, and they should not object to the presence among them of self-respecting and ambitious young African Americans, well prepared for his studies by 4 years of hard work in a Class A college. In 1940, he wins his first of 29 cases in the United States Supreme Court, Chambers v. Florida. In 1940, Thurgood Marshall was named the first director counsel of the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. 1944, he wins Smith v. Allwright, overthrowing the South's white primary. In 1954, he wins his landmark case, Brown v. Board, where he eradicated separate but equal, which was established in 1898 as a legal document, Plessy v. Ferguson. By 1961, he wins Supreme Court victory defending civil rights demonstrators, Garner v. Louisiana. Also in 1961, he was nominated to the Second Court of Appeals by John F. Kennedy, where he made 112 rulings, all being upheld by the Supreme Court. In 1965, he was appointed Solicitor General by President Lyndon B. Johnson, where he wins 14 of 19 cases where he argued for the government. In 1967, he finally becomes the first African-American Associate Justice of the United States Supreme Court. In 1971, Thurgood in the Supreme Court guaranteed abortion rights, which was Roe v. Wade. In 1991, Thurgood Marshall finally retires, but he still gave aid to the legal system until his health fails him, where he died in 1993 at the age of 84 of heart failure, leaving behind a legacy that justice, indeed, is for all.